Hello, I am Danish Pandey and my Londonmet ID is 17031040. And this is my project from my module Financial Decision Making, and I am going to give project presentation on my project. Starting through the content, we'll be discussing about executive summary, introduction, projected cash flow, WCC and its calculation, and the decisions for the project. Then we'll move to the key investment appraisal methods, then funding options, then bank loans. Then we'll conclude it, and at the appendix section, you may find my calculations in detail. Now, talking about the executive summary, we have a company called Sumit Trails Co., which is planning to launch a new luxury travel package. The package includes helicopter tour, premium accommodation, and personalized service in the Himalayas. We will be checking if this project is profitable or not. And after doing the financial calculation, we have found that we can recommend moving forward in the project as it aligns with our growth strategy and offers strong financial returns. We'll also dive deep into the calculations and get the reasons why the project could be moved forward. Now, let's move the introduction. Introduction of Sumit Trails Co is like we create unforgettable movement expeditions. Like the project will offer a special luxury travel experience. Many high-end travelers want adventure and comfort. This project will bring them both. Okay, now moving to why this project. Okay, this project is because of market opportunity, competitive edge, and strategic fit, which also says like luxury travel is growing fast in today. So, and the more people want unique high-end travel experience, and then Sumit Trails Co want to grow and make more profit. This project supports the company's long-term goals, and that's why we are going to do this project. Okay, now talking about the projected cash flow statement. Uh, Projected cash flow helps us access the financial viability and sustainability of the new package over 5 years. And like we need to check if the project can make money more over 5 years. And like looking at initial investment is of 6.05 million, and the revenue or total sales, which is in 5 million in year one and will grow up to 8.8 million in year three. And looking at the cost, we'll be having 12,000 per client. That means one client will pay 12,000, then the marketing cost is 500,000, and then 1 million pound will be for maintenance and staff. By the year 5, the total cash flow will be 5.015 million. This means the project will be profitable. You can see their projected cash flow calculation in Appendix 2, which shows the detailed cash flow. Now talking about what is WCC. WCC means weighted average cost of capital. It is its full form, and it means it is the average cost of getting money from investors and lenders. WCC is one of the important technique to know the cost of capital. It is said that the project must earn more than WCC to be worthwhile. Okay, and that's the formula of WCC. And now moving to why is WACC important? WACC is important because WACC help us if a project will make a profit. Uh, a lower WACC means cheaper financing and a better project. A higher WACC means higher cost and lower profit. Uh, Investors like investor like to invest on project having lower WACC because they give better returns. Now moving to calculations of WACC. WCC calculation. Here we got cost of equity, which is 4.76%, and cost of debt 2.38%. Then on adding, our total WCC was 7.14%. 7.14% shows that the combination cost of equity and debt, lower WCC means cheaper financing, higher profit, and better investor return. Uh, Reducing WCC helps the company stay competitive. And now moving to the calculation using current WACC payback period. We have done three different calculations, and they are like payback period, discounted payback, net presented value, and like they are like uh, looking on the payback period. Payback period is of 2 years and 9 months, and of the ini which is recover with it takes 2 years and 9 months to recover the initial investment of 6.05 million. A shorter payback period indicates lower risk and quick return. And moving to the discounted payback. On discounted payback, taking WACC 7.14, the discounted payback period will be of 3 years and 2 months. Then the discount period is slightly longer than the regular payback period. Now going to the net present value. Net present value is of 2.94 million, which indicates the project will generate substantial value of the company. This suggests that the project is financially good. Investing it is it is expected to exceed the cost of capital. Okay, now this was the calculation done using our current WCC, which was 7.14. Now going to the calculation historical WCC, that means it was given by the company that they had say 18%. Okay, discounted payback period on WCC 18 looks like the project has discounted payback period of 4 years and 3 months, and the period reflects the time value of money, meaning future cash flow less today. Okay, discounted payback of 4 years is acceptable because it will align with the internal investment target. And then looking for the NPV, the NPV is of 777,000, indicates the positive return. The project will add the value to the company. The higher 18 discount, despite of higher 18% discounted rate. While positive, the NPV is relatively small compared to lower discount rate, indicates lower potential return. Now let's compare WACC between 7.14%, which was current, and 18%, which is historical given the question. Okay, WCC at 7.14% says that NPV is 2.94 million, showing strong profit. Uh, and WCC at 18% NPV says that it has profit, but it's lower. Still profit, but less attractive. A lower WCC means faster payback, higher period profit. Lower WCC, which means project risk and cost liner. Uh, like this is the kind of comparison. We can clearly see that discounted payback period is 3 years 2 months when it is 7.14, and discounted payback period is 4 years and 3 months. 3 years and 3 months, which is longer recovery time. Now moving to the decisions. The project, okay, positive NPV. That means the project adds 2.94 million in value today, making it a good investment. The payback period, which is also reasonable, it says that the payback period is 3 years and 2 months, which is acceptable. A good discounted payback. The discounted payback period shows that return comes in fair time. Okay, now let's discuss. We use different financial methods to check if the project is good or not. Okay, now let's dive into the key investment appraisal methods. Okay, first it comes NPV, net present value. NPV shows how much a project worth today. Pros it like it considers future cash flow and profits, and it is hard to calculate. But it's hard to calculate and depends on future estimation. Okay, NPV shows how much a project is worth today by considering both future cash flow and the fact the money now is more valuable than in the future. Its advantages are like it understands the money today is more valuable than money in the future. and it shows profitability. That means it helps to see if the project will add value in the business or not. Disadvantage: it is hard to calculate because we should predict everything, and you need to predict future earnings and choose a discounted rate, which is slightly tricky, and it is sensitive to assumption. Small changes in predictions can change a result a lot. Now moving to payback period. Payback period shows how long time it takes to recover the investment. Like, it is simple to calculate and understand. Also, a short payback period means you will get more money back faster with lower risks. And its disadvantages are like, does not consider long-term profit, and like it tells that you will get your initial investment back, but not how much profit will. So now going to IRR, which is internal rate of return. IRR tells us the return a project will make. IRR shows the percentage return a project is expected to generate over time. Uh, Higher IRR means a better return, making the project more financially attractive. Like, it is good for comparing projects, but it can give different results and assume reinvestment at the same rate. Okay, now it tells us how much return you can expect from the project, and you can compare the return of different projects easily. Like, its disadvantage is you can make multiple results. Some project with unusual cash flow can have more than IRR, making it confusing. Assuming money can be reinvested, it assumes you can reinvest the project return at the same rate, which may not always be true. ARR. ARR compares the expected profit to the investment. It is easy to calculate, but does not consider cash flow or time value of money. It's give an idea of profit, but it relies on profit, not cash flow. Now, talking about funding options, there are different funding options. Like, start with equity financing. Equity financing means selling company shares to raise money, and its advantage is like you don't need to pay money, and the risk is shared, but credibility can raise big funds by business. There's better credibility, and its disadvantage is less control and profit sharing with investors. That means if you have more partners, then you should share more profit. And then more investor mean that they might have a question for you, like how you run the business, because many shareholders means many these kind of questions. Okay, next one is debt financing. Debt financing means borrowing money the most that must be paid in the future. Its advantages are, um, company keeps ownership. Like, that means you are the owner of a business. You are just lending money from others, borrowing, and it has tax benefits, reduce your tax and interest you paid. And the disadvantage, like fixed payment, you need to pay back the loan no matter what happens. Risk of loss, uh, you may go bankrupt. Then the restrictions, leaders may set rule on how you run the, like this. Okay, then another is short-term loan. Short-term loans are repaid quickly. Small loans that are paid quickly over a year, and its advantage is fast access to money. The money quickly when you get money quickly, and it is easier to get. And its disadvantage is high interest rate. In some short-term loans, we can find that interest rate is more than on the long-term loans. Then another is repayment pressure. You need to pay back the money, back the loan quickly, which should be hard for cash flow. And next one is government grants and subsidies, which is one of the good method. And the government in this process, like government grants provide money without repayment. Like, it is type of free funding. You don't need to repay it, or sometime you need to repay it, but you don't need to pay interest, and it supports the goal. It can help you match government interests like developing certain industries. And disadvantage like it is hard to get and it has lots of paperwork because it is government work and not always applicable. Grants can change depending on the government's priorities on what kind of business government is going to fund. And the next one is International Aid and Development Fund. Like this means international fund supports project with global goals, often to get given like help from environment or local communities. And advantage like a large funding option, this can support big projects, and good term like loans may have low interest rate and they can be paid for longer time. And its disadvantage, it's strict rule and it's hard to apply, and it's ongoing like you need to report regularly on your project, and your project must meet certain goals and qualify. Now diving into the bank loans, bank loan provide big funding with repayment over time. Like let's talk about how bank gives loan. Like the bank lends money based on companies' ability to repay, and the long term depends on risk, interest rate, and repayment ability. And how does bank give loan? Like, what banks look at? Like they look at credit score, like checks past financial history, and then look for your cash flow and asset used as which asset that can be used for security and for the loan. And the business like it should show the project details and expected profit. Then another is like debt level, ensure the company isn't borrowing too much. And moving towards like how must protect how bank protect themselves, like they keep collateral like collateral as per or equal to that loan taken, or more like personal guarantee overnights may be personal reasonable for repayment and loan rules of insurance. Like these are the process of bank loans. And now at the end, we are going to conclude like we have calculated WCC and indicates favorable financial condition, making the project most cost efficient. And history on historical WCC also suggests that the higher financial cost, and we had calculated like positive NPV, and which shows that the project will have significant value, and within and payback period is of 3 years and 2 months, and which means the project can be go forward. Okay, talking about the final recommendation after analyzing the cash flow, WACC, and the funding, we concluded the project is a good investment. The NPV and payback periods so it is profitable. Like we can proceed with the new travel package as it aligns the financial goals, providing solid return and contribution to Summit Trail's growth and success. Now, this is the appendix section. Okay, this is my appendix section, and on appendix section, I have added all my calculations, and they are like uh, this is appendix 1, and appendix 1 has WCC calculation, where you can see other details about WCC calculation. Then the next one is appendix 2, where projected net cash flow. And I have discussed about the depreciation used over there. And depreciation says that like I have used yearly of 960,000 depreciation because the salvage value was sold for helicopter was 200,000 in 7 years. But as our project is of 5 years, then I assume that I will take salvage value of 5 year value of 200,000 for 5 years. And on calculating that, I got the yearly depreciation value of 960,000. This appendix 3, which has payback period, and the time for payback period is 2 years and 9 months. Then this one is discounted payback period on WCC 7.14, which shows 3 years and 2 months. Then moving to the net present value on WCC 7.14, it shows 2.94 million. And then moving to the discounted payback period on appendix 6, it shows 18% on WCC 18%. It shows discounted payback period of 4 years and 3 months. And then on appendix 7, you can see net present value when WCC is 18%. it shows 777,000. Overall, I will suggest to continue the project, new package, and this is my conclusion. And thank you so much for listening till the end, and have a great day. Thank you.